So welcome everyone. Copa America almost underway, and of course, one of the top 10 that one has to delve into is the top 10 salaries. We get started, and it's going to be surprising because we start out right off the bat. Jimmy Lozano, the coach of the Mexican national team, he will earn $1.8 million as the coach of El Tri. And of course, interesting for him, he replaces Diego Coca, comes in a very dire situation, a team that is, I don't know, they could end up getting knocked out in the first round. They could end up going into quarterfinals. Who knows? But will that $1.8 million be enough to keep him? Well, it all depends on how he does, because if he doesn't go too far, well, he will end up going far, meaning far away. At number 9, Peru's Jorge Fossati, another coach that comes in as he replaced Juan Reynoso as the Peruvian national team coach. The Uruguayan comes in at number 9. He earns $2 million a year. Number 8, surprise again. Greg Berhalter was in the 2022 World Cup, ends up leaving. They do a worldwide search for a coach, and of course, they went cheap with Berhalter once again. At number 7, well, a little bit more expensive, but still effective. Many say he's Peckerman 2.0 in Nestor Lorenzo, the former assistant of Jose Peckerman with the Colombian national team. He earns $2.4 million. At number 6, surprise, surprise, Lionel Scaloni. Many were wondering why he was planning on leaving just a few months ago. Well, at $2.6 million, he's won a World Cup, he's won a Copa America, he won a Finalissima. He's been able to have Argentina resurrect and have a wonderful, one of the most glorious times in their history with arguably one of their best players ever. He earns $2.6 million. Now halfway there, another Argentine. We're filled with Argentines on this one, but surprisingly, not the ones you would think, because at number 5, it's Bocha Batista, the coach of the Venezuelan national team. He earns $3 million a year with the Vino Tinto, a coach that's turned things around with Venezuela, but still has a long ways to go to achieve the ultimate goal, which is to qualify them for their first ever World Cup. And at number 4, another surprise, although, in terms of, it's a tag technically, but because of the structure of the contract, well, we put this one at number 4, all right? Dani Garnero, the coach of the Paraguayan national team, of course, an Argentine as well. Like I said, many of them here. He will be leading Paraguay to, well, I don't know. At number 3, a coach that was much maligned in terms of salary at one point, well, not so maligned now, in Ricardo Gareca. He ends up getting a very interesting package that consists of $3.7 million now with the Chilean national team. At number 2, Dorival Jr., another one of those coaches that ends up replacing another coach. Of course, in the previous case, it was replacing an interim with an interim and maybe a full-time coach. I don't know yet how that's going to work out. But Dorival Jr., of all the interim coaches, if you want to look at him from that perspective, ends up being the most full-time of all because of his salary first and foremost, because he replaced an interim coach in Fernando Diniz, and of course, looking to right the ship that is a very lost and wandering and rudderless Brazil side. Who knows what's going to happen with him. And at number 1, well, they wanted to turn things around. They needed to get a new look. They needed to get a fresh coat of paint, if you will. And they did exactly that, did Uruguay. They invested heavily in Marcelo Bielsa. Marcelo ends up earning $4 million. And not only the $4 million, it's also a lot of restructurization within Uruguayan football. It's a lot of investment that they put in terms of youth. It's a lot of investment in terms of resources. We'll see how it ends up paying off. As of right now, it's paid dividends. It's still a long ways away to see what the final product ends up being and how Uruguayan football progresses when Marcelo Bielsa really starts to delve into the program and really leaves his mark. I hope you enjoyed it. So guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do your thing. It'll be interesting to start looking at things in Copa America in the next coming weeks. We'll be here to analyze. Hopefully, we'll do some reaction commentary type of thing. We'll find out soon. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Ciao.